Well, good morning.
Hey guys.
And there is a special birthday today. I just want to say happy birthday to Mike. He is turning, I think he's
12.
turning
29. 29.
or 65.
Oh, no.
But
I'm turning 65.
But he's the best mod administrator for our Facebook and our YouTube channels. I mean, he's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say happy birthday from the South. We're the South.
For a moment, I thought you were talking about me.
There's some balloons for you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Mike from Mike and Rihanna.
Oh,
yes.
That Mike. Okay.
That one.
Yeah. That Mike. So welcome in, everybody. And I'm a little hoarse this morning, so I'm not going to talk that much. We'll see how that works out.
Right.
Yeah, because I might say something.
Texas.
Yes, Texas. Yeah, I'm a little hoarse.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome into Go Live Together. We are your morning team. I'm Jeremy. This is Cheryl. Up top, you got Eddie and Scott. Welcome into the replay. If you are here for the replay, please type in the word #replay. That way we know that you were here. But for those of you that are here right now, good morning and welcome in. Cruising on the high seas and travel is
Hey,
first
Rob.
up.
I'm sorry I didn't call you back yesterday, but I got busy.
Yep. And today's question from Rob is, when you are cruising, do you order room service? And if so, how many times per day or week? Let us know down in the chats.
Oh, shoots. We order room service because we're in zero. Really?
Don't do it.
What about Beth?
Nope.
Are you serious?
Don't do it.
Oh my God. My life would be empty.
I used to a long time ago, but don't anymore for a long time.
I think we do it to get better quality food than you can find anywhere else on the ship whenever not on Excel.
Oh my God.
I don't know that we did it too many times on the Excel class.
No,
there was so much to choose from.
We were always walking around on the Excel, but
that's why I keep asking about the Norwegian, and these other cruise lines, because we may have to resort to room service just to get good food.
No, we watched HARR Travel.
Yeah, Hard Travel.
Yeah, we watched their Prima because we had watched Nettie and JT's.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched him yesterday. He went around and showed everybody even how to shoot the thing while y'all are buzzing off. He showed us how to click that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my wife and I were out at dinner on Saturday night. I think we were. We went to this Christmas light display, but we went to Wingstop in the town that we went to for the Christmas light display has 2 Wingstops, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we went to a Wingstop, right? Anyway, we were sitting there and we were talking about room tours and videos and stuff like that. And she said, "You don't think you'd ever consider like doing something like that with your channel or whatever?" And I was like, "No, it's not really my thing." I said, "Plus, if I want to see a room tour, if I want to see a really good room tour, comprehensive, thorough, consistently like that, I would go to Hard Travel."
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I know." She was like, "They have like the best room tours." And I'm like, "Exactly."
The best. And the best ship tours.
Yeah, best ship tours too. And let's see. Next up in the chat is the birthday boy himself, Mike and J&S Adventures has made it in. Hello.
Tide reinforcements have arrived from the north.
Happy birthday, old man.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Where it is a balmy 45 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy with a high of 60 degrees today.
That's nothing.
Yep. And next up in the chat was Yo, Brooklyn in the house. Eddie Lugo Studios has made it in. Good morning.
Union Rep is made it in.
The Union Rep. That's right. Traveling with Tinkerbell has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning. Their show is tonight.
And yes, our first donation of fresh fruit and what do you call those? Fairies has made it in this morning.
Yes.
Wishing you all a great day. It is a cool 52 degrees in Florida.
Mm.
Yep. Fairbrick Studio has made it back. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh,
John Gaylor's in the house. Good morning.
Good morning.
Santa,
what's up, John?
Santa Scott, we got all kind of fruit coming in.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for those pineapples, Scott.
I wish we had them for real. I sure would eat them.
Yeah.
Cold.
Mayhem and Miracles. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kathy Bills. Good morning.
Good morning.
Want to get the meals?
Welcome.
Nettie and JT. Good snowy morning. Well, just a dusting 33 degrees, high of 38 degrees. Ooh.
I can't wait till it snows where Scott is so he can tell us some more stories about that.
Yeah, listen. The first time it snows, I'm gonna pipe in one of the camera feeds into the stream so you can see it live.
Yes.
Please.
Absolutely. Ahoy there, Captain Billy J. Travels has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
I feel like a captain's following me around all day.
I know, right? Will G. Good morning. Working and listening.
Good morning.
John Gaylor says we did on our first 3 cruises, but the last cruise, nope.
Really? Well, the last cruise we did.
Oh yeah. For a majority of our cruises, we do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the wings. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and just sugarcoat anything. It's the wings that we order with the fries and the the carrot
tuna.
sticks and stuff like that.
Yeah, like when I'm on a like, depends on which Royal Caribbean ship I'm on, but when I'm on a Royal Caribbean ship that has playmakers, I just go there for the wings because like perfect. So.
Yeah. Well, I haven't found
never order room service.
Well,
Yeah.
I still have yet to find chicken wings anywhere on the ship, so that's where that's what we got to do. Marjorie has made it back. Good morning.
Good morning. Where you been?
Work coming up.
Where
Gonna
have
be
you?
getting some chicken wings 24 hours a day.
Yep, and Mike Arena says that's warm for us here in Canada, especially for December.
Yes.
Yeah. Tuber Chat has made it in. And
Good morning.
yeah, Kevin. What's the weather where you are?
Toronto.
Yep.
I want to go to Toronto.
I know it's cold. Thank you for that share, Kevin. We really, really appreciate it. And oh snap, we can start the party. House of X Entertainment Inc. has made it in.
Good morning.
And Tamika Davis has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Mayhem and Miracles asked a question. What was your worst experience on a ship and why? Let's get a link drop on Scott's real quick. I think I know what he's going to say.
I do too.
Our worst experience on a ship was getting seasick. I mean, I just have to say it. It was a special night for the both of us. It was our anniversary cruise, and we wanted to go to the Italian restaurant. Well, we booked it, we paid for it and everything. And next thing you know, baby got seasick. Okay, so
First time
she
ever.
could not eat at all. She couldn't smell food. I rushed through my food. We got back downstairs and she felt better. The 2 sailings after that, I got seasick. Same scenario. We were going to the Italian restaurant.
Yeah, because that's our favorite.
Yeah. And we booked it, paid for it. And next thing you know, I'm sick. But I was rescued by her friend, her college friend that you guys met on a girls trip show. She had some bracelets, she had some tablets, and she had some patches.
She had it all.
I used the patches, okay, and the patches got me right before we reached upstairs, and I was able to eat my food. So that was our worst experience on the ship, for sure, hands down. Eddie?
How quickly I learned about using the elevators on a cruise ship and how rude people could be. That's been my worst experience so far. Other than that, it has happened to me on 2 different ships due to my walker. Now, once I go in with my electric wheelchair, it might get worse because I will run people over. I'll tell you that much. But it was, I didn't see it on the Escape as bad, but when we did the Bliss, we had a lot of French Canadians on the ship, and talk about getting nasty.
Mm.
So thank God I understand what they were saying, and I was able to say a few things back myself.
Mm.
But that's been my worst experience. Just the way handicapped people get overlooked
Yeah.
when it comes to an elevator courtesy, or letting the person in or out, or whatever the deal. What's the rush? You're not going anywhere. The ship's not gonna disappear.
Right.
But that's been so far. It's been my only bad experience.
Yep. Scott?
Like, I haven't had too many bad experiences on board, right? Like, once I'm on board, things are pretty good. I've had some interesting experiences getting on board and getting off the ship.
But just think about your experiences on board. Which one would you rather have just skipped? Okay. Onboard experiences.
I know, but that's
Which
what I'm
one's
saying.
the-
Like, I haven't really had too many bad onboard experiences. Once on board, everything is usually pretty good. So, I can't really think of a particular time right now when I had something that was so bad or so terrible, or even, necessarily so amazing beyond what I would normally expect out of a cruise and the onboard experience.
Cool.
But I'll think about it, and if something comes to mind, I'll bring it back up at the end of the show or something.
Okay. Najima Brown has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, well, here we go. They have chicken wings on the Celebration at Street Eats now.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
We're going, let me tell you, Captain, Celebration is my favorite of all the ships. Is Celebration.
So far, the Celebration takes the cake.
Yes.
Even over the breeze, for sure.
Yeah.
King Morgan has made it in. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for that share, Mayhem and Miracles. We really, really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Tuber Chat says, still playing around between fall and early winter weather, but almost snow free around Toronto. Some in Niagara Falls, but not a bad year so far. Well, that'll work. Okay, John Gaylor, worst. Wife getting COVID day 7 of a 14-day cruise. Our 40th anniversary was day 13 of the cruise.
Oh my goodness. And she had to be probably
Quarantine. Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
That's worse than what we went through with the stomach issue. Man.
Mayhem Miracle says, Eddie, I have to agree with the French thing. Trust me, I've been to Quebec.
Yep. There you go.
I mean, I never met my maternal grandfather, but he used to fish a lot, and he used to fish in Canada a lot, and my mother always told me he was not very fond of the French Canadians.
Facebook user has made it in the house. Good morning, all from the Cruise Nuts.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, snap. April Showers Network has made it back. Hello. Welcome.
Good morning.
All right. And we got a connection going on right here in the chat. Mayhem and Miracles, thank you for connecting to our chat people. All right. And we are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for me to show you this. This is our downtown.
But they call it the Strand.
Yep. It is all dressed up for Christmas. And they over the weekend, they had what is called Dickens on the Strand.
Yeah.
What that is it's a annual Christmas type celebration, and it brings a lot of tourists to the island. And they leave it up until well after the New Year, I believe, until they start getting ready for Mardi Gras.
And they dress.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say that just isn't that really just Galveston's French Quarter?
Yes, it is.
And they dress like Charles Dickens era down there.
Old school, like 1920s outfits with the big old dresses that sweep the whole ground while you walk.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But we are waking up to 58 degrees this morning with 75% humidity and cloudy. This afternoon, we are only inching up to 65 degrees with 51% humidity and cloudy. So,
boy.
yeah, the sun will probably not make its debut today.
Mm-mm.
And let's see.
We're inching up to a balmy 44 degrees
Yep.
from our current 40.
Mm.
Okay, and here is a real report from Canadians here. Mike and Rihanna says French Canadians can be pretty rude.
I don't know what the difference. I don't know.
I don't know. Marjorie says, Santa Scott, I have Christmas cookies ready for you when you come down my roof. She got
I'm
some-
gonna tell
she got some
Ivan.
cookies.
I'm telling Ivan.
Yep. And let's see, what is the population of Galveston? For the permanent residents that live here, there's only about 50,000 of us, but on weekends we get up there. On biker rally weekend, we
Yeah.
get up there during our island operates off of events
Tourists.
and tourism.
Uh-huh.
That's how we operate. Most of the people that work here don't live here,
Right.
and most of the people that live here don't work here.
Right.
So it's like if you want to go in and see some local people, you really got to know people around
the island.
around the island and stuff like that. Otherwise, they're being imported from Texas City or League City or something like
Or
that.
Houston.
Yeah, they drive in to work here and then they go.
They go back home. to
Yeah.
Houston.
So I think Mike had told me at one point, I guess the population of Medicine Hat, where him and Rihanna live, is approximately 80,000 people.
Yeah. Captain Billy J says, I saw Marjorie kissing Santa Claus.
But
Yes.
I'm telling Ivan.
Yeah.
I'm telling.
I'm pretty sure Ivan he'll have a cup of coffee and
God, he's gonna cuss me out.
toast to him. And okay, so we are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for everybody's favorite segment of the show, This Day in History. And yes, it is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Eddie,
Let's have
wait a
tacos
minute. Wait a minute. You threw me off with the wardrobe change, man.
Yes. I realized that once I was up in here, I went like, 1 minute, I'm wearing the
Oh
wrong
my
color.
God. Okay. Well, yes. Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. It is Tuesday, December 5th. And on this day in 1757, in his greatest victory, Prussian King Frederick II the Great defeated the Austrians at Leuthen during the 7 Years' War. You good?
Bananas.
Bananas.
Something caught in your throat?
Yes.
In 1782, Martin Van Buren, who served as the 8th president of the United States and was one of the founders of the Democratic Party, was born. In 1784, Phyllis Wheatley, the first African-American woman poet of note in the United States, died in Boston.
Awesome.
In 1791, Austrian composer Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart died in Vienna at the age of 35.
Oh, he was a baby.
35?
I would think that would be a baby.
Yeah. Okay. In 1839, U.S. cavalry officer George Armstrong Custer, whose achievements during the Civil War were later overshadowed by the disastrous outcome of the Battle of the Little Bighorn, was born.
Custer's last stand.
In 1848, in his annual message to Congress, U.S. President James K. Polk confirmed the discovery of gold in California, helping to spark the gold rush, which brought an estimated 300,000 people to the territory. In 1872, the American brigantine Mary Celeste was found abandoned some 400 nautical miles from the Azores, Portugal. The fate of the 10 people aboard remains a mystery. In 1890, director Fritz Lang, whose films dealing with fate and man's inevitable working out of his destiny are considered masterpieces of visual composition, was born in Vienna. In 1933, Utah became the 36th U.S. state to ratify the 21st Amendment, repealing prohibition. In 1947, American boxer Joe Louis defended his heavyweight title against challenger Jersey Joe Walcott in New York City. In 1952, a lethal smog began blanketing London, causing thousands of deaths. The incident prompted passage of the Clean Air Act. In 1955, the American Federation of Labor Congress of Industrial Organizations, AFL-CIO, became a united body of autonomous labor unions, with George Meany as its first president. Yeah, he looked mean too.
He looked mean too.
In 2006, Fijian military leader Frank
Bananas.
It looks like a word, banana. Bainimarama
Rama.
became acting president of the island country following a coup.
Mm.
In 2012, Brazilian architect Oscar Niemeyer, an early exponent of modern architecture in Latin America, especially known for the curvaceous glass and white concrete buildings that he designed for Brasilia, died at the age of 104. In 2013, South African nationalist and statesman Nelson Mandela, who helped end the country's apartheid system of racial segregation and ushered in a peaceful transition to majority rule, died at the age of 95. And finally, in 2017, the International Olympic Committee banned Russia from the 2018 Winter Games in South Korea after uncovering a Russian state-sponsored doping program.
No, tell me what city, because I want to know.
I can't read that city name.
Bananas.
South Korea. And that will do it for this episode of This Day in. Yeah, I had to escape that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't read that word. Cruising with Keith has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yep. And let's see. Yep, these nuts have made it into the show.
Mm-hmm. And connect.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, here we go. Marjorie says, Captain Billy J, it has always been my dream to be kissing Santa Claus.
Oh.
We can make that happen. I'm just saying. Mike Arana, thank you for that donation of fresh fruit. We got some bananas in the chat. Oh, okay. Cruising with Keith says the cruise director and I are the cruise
having a cruise director on his live stream on Friday.
Okay.
Who used to be a Carnival cruise director. That'll work.
Okay.
That's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
And let's see.
And I really want to say this. You know, I know a lot of us, or a lot of people, like to watch the big channels for their news. But if you watch the Muster Drill, if you watch Eddie Lugo Studios, because he put out news too, he puts it out during the day as soon as he gets it. Then you have Cruising with Keith.
Cruising with Keith is the quickest one I know.
Yeah, he's quick. And I'm telling you, you know, I don't know if the bigger channels are subscribing back to you, but for the little channels, you know, and I'm saying little like Eddie, Scott, and Keith, when they put the news out there, it's out there before, because I'm telling you, it's out there before. Even Rob has put out some news before the bigger channels. So I'm just letting you know, sometimes if you put that notification bell on, and you'll get that brand new news out, you know, because it comes out.
When I first started my channel, that's all I did was cruise news.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like every single day. And it was, of course, during the shutdown. So, or just, leading up to the restart. So, what else could you do? Well, you couldn't go on a cruise and vlog, right? So, But yeah, and and of course, unfortunately, a lot of times it was COVID. It was always something COVID related, right?
Yes.
But yeah, so and then I I mean, the news is a good thing, right? Obviously, but I was glad when the restart actually finally happened, so I can go on ships, vlog, and and in those days I would vlog and put it out the same darn day.
You sure did, because you got a lot of videos out there.
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
vlogging, but something happened along the way. What happened?
I think this might be what happened right here.
Yep, definitely.
Yep. And we're going to keep that same momentum going. Today is no different. It is now time for Scott to bring us the cruise and travel industry news.
Yep. Carnival Cruise Line takes delivery of its massive new ship.
Yay!
Oh,
So it says here, in a momentous occasion for all, the new and highly anticipated Carnival Jubilee has officially become part of the Carnival Cruise Line fleet, following the handover ceremony in Bremerhaven, Germany on Monday, December 4th. Just 19 days before the ship will welcome her first guests in Galveston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
With a strong team effort and a lot of commitment from everyone involved in the Meyer Group and our partner companies, we have once again managed to deliver a particularly innovative cruise ship to Carnival Cruise Line. I would like to thank everyone involved in the completion for their work, said Jan Meyer, Managing Director of Meyer Werft, during the ceremony. Likewise, Carnival Cruise Line President Christine Duffy and other cruise line executives were on hand to welcome Carnival Jubilee to the fleet. Our first ship built in Papenburg for Carnival Cruise Lines is stunning, and being on board to take delivery, I'm proud of all the work our team and our partners at Meyer Werft have done in collaboration to bring Carnival Jubilee to life, Duffy said. We now start sailing her home so we can deliver her to our guests just in time for the Christmas holiday. The tremendous ship, third in the LNG-powered XL class vessels for Carnival Cruise Line, and sister ships Mardi Gras and Celebration, will now set sail for her home port in Galveston on the 26th. The ship as the 26th ship in the Carnival fleet, dramatically expanding the cruise line's overall capacity. Carnival Jubilee is the fifth additional ship to be welcomed into the fleet since 2021 and an integral part of their growth strategy. This ship will bring our most our dynamic offerings of fun to one of the most popular home ports and will be a great addition to our plans to remain the #1 cruise line in Galveston. Carnival Cruise Lines was the first cruise line to sail year-round from Galveston when they began operations from Texas in 2001. And the dramatic star on the Carnival Jubilee's bow, the first of its kind for the fleet, symbolizes her connection to the region and Carnival's commitment to Galveston. So it says here, before reaching Galveston, the ship will make supply calls in the Canary Islands and the Bahamas to take on additional supplies and crew as it prepares for its Texas debut. While the pre-maiden voyage schedule is still tentative and may be impacted by weather and as the ship crosses the Atlantic, Carnival Jubilee will arrive in Galveston with great fanfare on Wednesday, December 20th. So I'm sure
December 20th
will be there to see it.
We will be there.
I'm sure you will. So moving on Some other exciting news here. Margaritaville at Sea expands with second ship and home port. So here, Margaritaville at Sea has become one of the most popular small cruise lines sailing out of Palm Beach, Florida, with its 2-night cruises to the Bahamas. However, the company announced today that it will begin offering cruises out of Tampa, Florida, sailing to the Western Caribbean destinations of Cozumel and Progreso, as well as Key West. So the first cruise aboard the Margaritaville at Sea Islander will set sail on her maiden voyage on June 14th, 2024. Cruises on offer will be an alternating between 4 and 5 night cruises, including a 4-night Cozumel cruise with a day in Cozumel and a day at sea on days 2 and 4. There will also be a 5-night cruise to Key West and Cozumel, a 5-night cruise to Key West and Progreso, and a 5-night cruise to Progreso and Cozumel. The new cruises are also already bookable on the cruise line's website, with the cruise line offering exclusive preview incentives. Since we launched our first ship, Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, last year, we've been working to expand what our guests have been asking for: more amazing views, longer itineraries, and new ports of call. In addition of the Islander is an exciting moment for Margaritaville at Sea and marks the next chapter of growth for the business. We are also pleased to add Tampa as our new home port, the perfect location to provide access to our adventurous new itineraries in and around the Gulf of Mexico. The news that the Margaritaville at Sea Islander will be home ported in Tampa has been welcomed by the port. She joins other cruise lines sailing from Tampa, such as Carnival Paradise, Enchantment of the Seas, Carnival Pride, Norwegian Jade, and Carnival Spirit and Legend. We're honored Margaritaville at Sea has chosen Port of Tampa to home port this new addition to their fleet, and we welcome them to the Gulf Coast. Our port's cruise terminals are easy to navigate and provide a variety of unique and interesting activities just steps from the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. The ship will be a great addition to our portfolio of cruise lines and a fantastic new option for cruisers from Florida's West Coast, said Paul Anderson, President and CEO of the Port of Tampa. So the Margaritaville at Sea Islander is the former Costa Atlantica, which Costa Cruises sold to Chinese cruise line Adora Cruises, but unlike her sister ship, the Costa Mediterranea, she never entered service with Adora and was later sold to Margaritaville at Sea. So it says here it's a 85,619 gross ton ship with space for 2,650 guests. The vessel is already undergoing work to transform her for her new owners, which includes a new livery and Margaritaville theming throughout, making her ready for her maiden 4-night cruise to Cozumel. So very exciting news, and I'm definitely sailing that ship.
And that's the way the news goes.
That's right.
So, and then just one final thing, if you could throw me back here into solo mode one more time here. I do have a sample, some sample booking information for an October sailing on Margaritaville at Sea Islander. So this is, as you can see here, for Tuesday. It's a 5-day, 5-night to Key West and Cozumel on October 8th. In a what they call a cozy interior stateroom, 2 people, taxes and fees, but not gratuities, $586.60. Not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad for a 5-night cruise that goes to Key West and Cozumel. So, pricing is very similar on all the other sailings as well. So, and again, they are bookable now either directly through the cruise line or through your favorite travel advisor.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, for sure. And
travel advisors.
Yeah, it makes me want to drive. Makes me want to drive to Tampa.
I know.
Globies Travels has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And traveling with Tinkerbell, yes, we will be
there
at the port. Matter of fact, before then, I'm going to be on Ship Tracker to make sure that I'm not sitting there for 8 hours waiting on the ship. But yes, we will be tracking and filming the ship at least. I'm not sure that we will be going live. I know Baby's going to try to, but like we have said many times before, that signal down there has much to be desired by the port. I'm not sure that we're going to be bringing it to you live, but we will definitely film it and bring it to both channels. Mona did what has made it back?
Mona.
Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, snap. We missed you. Wait, since you're a member of one of our channels, you get one of these right here. Yes. Thank you for your membership. We really, really appreciate your ongoing support.
Yes.
And let's see. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, everybody. Thank you so much for
Tell
that.
them how to connect.
Yes, to connect to either one of our to either channel that is here in the chat, and you can drop your own channel link. You can promote your own channel here on the show by simply typing in those magical words: #creator, #TMD if you're in the Mustard Drills chat, or #ELS if you're in Eddie Lugo Studios chat. And Nightbot will drop your link, and you guys can connect with each other, which is what our desire is for you to do.
Any fan is possible, too.
Yeah. Yo. What's up, everyone? Good morning.
Yes.
And let's see. Santa Scott says, I don't like Progresso. You have to take a 10-minute bus ride to get to the port area. Very pushy and like to grab people. I will never go there again.
And that is true. Let me tell you. We went with my sorority sister to Progresso. And she had never been. And they was pushy and grabbing. I would have to send Jeremy off to go and find her down these alleyways or whatever. And then the last time I said, you know what? I'm getting back on the bus. And if I leave them and they be a pure runner, God help them. Because I was leaving, it was hot and everything, but they are pushy. You're absolutely right.
Yes, they are.
Now, I've never been to that port. I've been obviously on Western Caribbean itineraries, quite a few times, but from Florida and stuff, and they don't stop at Progresso ever. So,
Yep.
It's a mess when you go to town.
If you think Nassau is pushy,
this nothing.
go to Progresso. They got their hustle game is very, very strong. But whenever you push back, you get some good deals. Yep. That is what's required in Progresso.
That's you and Hannah with that. It's a good price.
It's a good price. Yep. That's cheap, Daddy.
Yeah, that's cheap, Daddy. He bought something for $10. We could have got at Walmart for $5.99 on the rollback.
Yep. That really happened.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know. If you could push past all of the pushing, then Progresso is a pretty nice place to go. It gives you.
I'm kind of conflicted with that, right? Like, I certainly am guilty of being in Mexico and other, places where, I try to negotiate prices, but it's like, I'm always conflicted internally about it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And when I do, I'm like, again, kind of conflicted about it a little bit. I feel like, unless they're somehow the price they're like trying to sell something is just absolutely crazy. I feel like they're probably already not making a lot of money on it.
Mhm.
And could they, and could I, and here I am trying to take even more of their margin, for lack of a better way of putting it.
Right.
So I bought my mom this t-shirt. I was at, when I was in Antigua, I was at Sandals, and I walked off of the Sandals property down the beach. And when I was down there, there were some other smaller beach clubs down there that allowed, I guess, the locals to come on. The Sandals didn't, but the other places did. And one of the women, she had walked up to me and she had some shirts. And I saw this one shirt and I got it for her, but I didn't realize I got the wrong size. So I actually went and found her later, and I asked her, I said, would it be possible for you to exchange this for a different size? Well, it's already a longer story than I wanted it to be, but in any event, I had to, she had to go and renegotiate that with the supplier, the woman who was supplying these people with the, with the
Yes.
merchandise. And I said, look, I'm just going to level with you. I saw a little bit of your exchange with that woman over there. I was like, and it looks like maybe you had some trouble getting this different size or whatever. And she was like, well, because of the different size, she wanted to charge me more money for it. She was like, so I went ahead and paid the additional money because I want you to be happy.
Right.
Now, whether that was true or not, it didn't matter to me. I was just like, you know what? How much? And she said, well, $5. So I gave her $5 more, right?
Yeah.
Now, whether she scammed me out of that or not, I don't care, because at the end of the day, she, lives on a lot less money than I do. And,
Right.
So
Yep.
It is what it is.
That is true.
CNS Travel has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
And speaking of reasonable prices, that brings us to today's question, which is, have you or will you sail Margaritaville at sea?
It's not so like Margaritaville at sea gets a lot of hate for some reason. And let me tell you, I only sailed them once. I sailed the 2-day, like everybody else, from Palm Beach to Grand Bahama Island. I had an absolute fantastic time on that ship. I swear, I was on that ship for 2 days. It felt like a week. Okay. I had a really great time. Everybody that I sailed with, the crew, everybody was super friendly. And I really felt like that ship was top notch. My room was gigantic, and I just had a standard interior room. Now, the bathroom was a little bit like an indoor outhouse, I have to admit, but it wasn't terrible, right? The rest of the room was big, and and the bed was comfortable. The food was decent. The entertainment was amazing. And the ship, again, it was an old classic, Costa ship. It was very elegant, even though they had kind of Walmarted it down a little bit to match the Margaritaville theme. But again, just really great experience. I could not say enough good about it. I know that Scott from Controversial Cruising had a pretty decent time on there as well. But like I said, a lot of people hate on Margaritaville at sea. I had a really great experience. And now that they are going to be doing longer itineraries from Tampa, I am absolutely positively there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eddie?
I could see myself doing the Key West Cozumel cruise now from Tampa. First of all, because I could drive to Tampa from here. It'll take me 7-hour drive. We could get away on a quick weekend, me and Alice. The other one, the one going to the Bahamas, I'm not too sure about. Since it's only 2 days, it's about a 9-hour drive for me to go there. It could be done, could be possible, but I don't see myself going to the Bahamas that much. I overdid it back in the 80s and 90s to the Bahamas, and the Bahamas hasn't changed much. Last time I was there was back in 2020 when they began the construction of the port. So the only thing I will go there to see be the new port. But other than that, I could wait. But the new one now, the new cruise that they're doing, the in Tampa, that might it could work out in another couple of years from now. So we'll see.
Yep.
I go.
We would do it.
We would do it.
Yeah.
5 days, not the 2 days, but the 5 days.
Yeah, definitely the 5 day, because we're used to going on 5-day cruises anyway.
Yeah.
I love them. It's especially since it's going to Key West. That's a no brainer for me.
He loves Key West.
Yep. And
That is definitely why I picked the Key West itinerary as the sample, because I thought, well, because Key West is, even like from the other cruise lines, Key West is not a frequent stop, even for the other lines. It's so the fact that they are going to be going to Key West on a regular schedule, perfect, right? I mean, I honestly I can see myself going down there and hopping on one of their sailings before Booze Cruise 2.0.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Golly, I was thinking the same thing.
Yep,
I was.
absolutely.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yep. Cruise Nut says, nope, no margarita cruise ship, no cruise under 6 days.
Hey, Scratching.
Yeah, Scratching.
Well, like when I had done the Margaritaville, I had just been on Celebration, right? I had just spent 7 days on Carnival Celebration, and I got off and I took the Bright Line from Miami up to, so I wanted to do Bright Line, and that vlog will be coming out in the year 3000. But anyway, so but yeah, so I wanted to do Bright Line and everything else, so I did it all for the experience, and of course I did not regret it. I really had a fantastic time, and since it was an afterthought and I had thrown it in there, I ended up being able to switch my return flight home from Miami to Palm Beach Airport, and saved over $100 on my flight.
Yep. Cruise Nut says 70s furniture vibe, LOL. Yeah, it's good that Costa is, coming off of these ships. That way other cruise lines can bring us something different. I know that there's probably a lot of Jimmy Buffett and things going on, just like the resort does. Oh, and speaking of resorts and sandals, I noticed you had mentioned sandals. Sadly, someone lost their life in a shark attack in the Bahamas. So we want to send out our prayers for that family.
That was on the news this morning.
Yeah, on big news. The Bud Files has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, the two things that I know is that Scott had talked about how when he was on Margaritaville at Sea, the pizza, you had to pay for the pizza. When I was on Margaritaville at Sea, you could get the cheese pizza or the pepperoni pizza for free, and then they had other types of pizza that you would have to pay for. But I think now it's all, no matter what it is, cheese or pepperoni, I think no matter what, you have to pay for it. And I agree with him. The pizza's not bad, right? Like, it's pretty good. Like, it's not MSC good, right? But it's better than, well, anything's better than Royal Caribbean's.
Is it Carnival good?
It's probably not quite as good as Carnival either, but again, everything is better than the garbage that Royal Caribbean serves. Right. I mean, honestly, they should just bury their head in the sand and then having all the audacity to want to charge for that crap.
Right.
I'm still upset about that, people. I'm still upset that they wanted to try to charge for that garbage dollar store pizza they serve at Sorrento's. And I'm about to spend 7 days on the ship, and I'm going to have to walk past that nasty looking overburnt, dollar store pizza every day and shake my head about it.
Cruise Nut says, too many tiger sharks in the Bahamas. They look at me funny like they want to eat me.
I mean, Bahamas is the shark capital of the Caribbean. It always has been. So.
Yep. The Z Show Cruise Fund says, good Tuesday morning, content creators from the greatest state in history, the Lone Star State of
New Hampshire.
Texas.
That's right, baby.
So, they have this, Stewart, I think it's called Stewart's Cove in the Bahamas. And they have an excursion you can do there where it's shark diving, but they actually put you in a complete total metal suit, right? Not like an armor, right? It's like tiny little links, like metal links, almost like a chain link suit that literally covers you from head to toe. Almost like a diving suit, but it's made out of little tiny chain links,
Mm-mm.
and it's totally metal, and you go down, and that's in case the sharks attack you. When they bite on you, they can't get through the metal. But that's how, aggressive the sharks are in the Bahamas. So.
No, still wouldn't do it.
That is an excursion that I will not be taking. And speaking of cruises and excursions, I know that Eddie has been working on one that everybody's going to want to get on.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. October 28, 2024. Getting closer. Another 9 months to go. Well, no, 11. 11 months to go.
Mm.
That's right. On the Carnival Paradise, leaving out of Tampa on our way to Key West, Montego Bay, and Grand Cayman. Please get in touch with Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel to get your cabin information and reserve and put down your deposit. There's a lot of creators going to be in this one. Traveling with Tinkerbell will be there to take care of the slot pool. Hopefully, the House of X will be part of this too, and they'll be booking and they'll be taking care of an elegant night. Carnival will have their Halloween night contest, costume contest. So everybody's being invited to that. Bring your costumes too. Like Rihanna's first cruise ever. So they definitely gonna be the new kids on the block on this one.
Yes.
Taking care of Facebook group. Alice will be there. Bruce will be there with Cindy. A bunch of other creators too. James Catanese, Cruise Nuts, Orange Cone Blog will be there also. All 4 of us will be there. So it's going to be a nice cruise, a 6-day cruise out of Tampa to Key West, Montego Bay, and Grand Cayman. So listen to this video.
Who's Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios, out of Tampa, Florida. Port of calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island, Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Come join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
That's right. That is right.
It's gonna be us on that cruise.
Yep. And hopefully the camera will be running whenever that ship horn sounds. There's nothing like it. I love it. Mona did what? Thank you so much for making the show today. Off to the dentist. No sharks for me.
Yeah, no sharks for me either, Mona.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sorry about that.
And she's still asking the kids, do you want to go with Dad to swim with the sharks? I'm like, no. That's not what Dad's going to be doing. So sorry. That is fake news. No sharks and stingray excursion for me.
I think it was maybe like over the summer or something like that. There was a woman from Pennsylvania, I think from like up in Erie or whatever, and she was in the Bahamas with her family, and she had been attacked by a shark and was killed. I mean,
yeah.
I guess that's why Eddie doesn't go in the water.
I had my chance with one, and it went by me, and I gave me I guess I didn't smell right or something, or I wasn't bad enough for it. But that gray white that flew by me, so never again.
Nope.
Nope.
My parents took a glass bottom boat excursion where they were able to see in magnification, like the middle of the boat was this big piece of glass, but it was magnified where it looked like, you were right there at the sea floor. They said it was an amazing experience. And I would do a glass bottom boat. I just would not jump in their territory.
Well, so like where I live here, like in the area of the Northeast that I live in, there are a lot of summer beach resorts. So like the Jersey Shore, obviously everybody,
Right.
Jersey Shore is littered with beach towns from north to south. And then where I live, most people go to a place called Ocean City, Maryland. Ocean City, Maryland is a 10-mile long barrier island that used to actually be physically part of Assateague Island. Everybody's heard of Assateague Island, the famous ponies of Assateague. And there was a hurricane in 1933 that actually separated the two, and they created an inlet for that part of for the northern part of the island. The Army Corps of Engineers were brought in to make that inlet permanent and keep the separation of those islands permanent. Anyway, Ocean City, Maryland, very popular. They're always talking about how those waters are relatively shark-free. I don't believe it. But there are still, shark attacks, all up and down the East Coast all the time. Yep. So I do go there sometimes. I don't go there much anymore. I used to definitely go there a lot when I was younger. But I don't tend to get in the water too much, just usually because the water, even like in the dead of summer, the water up here is too cold for me. Right. So, but yeah.
Cruise Nut says, I swim in any waters, but I am really cautious in the Bahamas. Only swim in netted areas that are shark protected. I know better in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, eventually, if you keep going to the buffet, you're going to start feeling the effects of it. And if you get in shark infested waters, eventually something bad is bound to.
I mean, I will get in the ocean. I'm not afraid to get in the ocean because of sharks, but I just, I think it's something I always have in the back of my mind because, like these people, I'm sure have unfortunately found out the hard way. It just happens like out of nowhere.
Yes. I'd prefer to take the safe route. If I do indeed get in the water, I don't go past my knees, or at least my waist. And the fact that the water is so clear in these islands lets me know that they're not really looking around for danger, because if the water
you could see it. Yeah, like up here where I live, like the ocean is so murky, you could never see anything like that, right? Like
same here.
But I see a lot of, like, over the years, I've seen a lot of like news footage from Florida. Where these news helicopters are flying over and you can see the people and you see these schools of sharks.
Yeah.
Like literally just inches from people in the water and they have no idea. And I think to myself, I would never get in the water in Florida ever.
JC has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. And let's see, Eddie, who is coming on YouTube for the remainder of the day?
Yes, sir. Coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern. A Moment in the World with Mr. Darian, followed by 1 p.m. with Roy and Becky's Troubles, 6 p.m. Eastern, Embarkation Nation, 8 p.m. I believe it will be a celebration for Mr. Mike from Mike and Rihanna's. I believe Rihanna has a surprise for him at 8 p.m. tonight. Eastern. Tinkerbell has some change on her schedule today. From 7 p.m. she will be on at 9 p.m. tonight.
Okay.
Eastern. Also, Rachel Adventures Deck the Halls, 9 p.m. And also Ocean to Ocean Travel will be on at 9 p.m. And closing the night will be Nautical Nurse Nancy at 10 Eastern tonight.
Yep. And I believe Mayhem and Miracles is still coming on
at noon.
At noon as well.
Yeah, we put it on the TV.
I think that's an Eastern time zone, by the way. Just
that's right.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, what else would it be?
Always.
All righty, folks. Well, thank you so much for coming into the show today. We appreciate your ongoing support for the show. If you have stayed this long, God bless you. We really appreciate you.
Taco Tuesday.
Yes. Have a good day. Take care of each other out there. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you and good morning.
Bye.